Hey, everybody, and welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is your Lord of Punishment. Say hi, Scribe.
Hi, Scribe.
And your Lord of Pennies is here too. Say hello, Satsu.
This is America.
And in the background, there's a wild squishy. Say hi, squishy.
Say hi, Squishy.
I said hi.
No, say hi to the stream.
Oh, hello.
She like, I said hi to Monkey.
I already said hello. What the fuck?
Pikachu.
And I am Ranting Monkey, your host tonight, your Lord of Pain. And wow, what a day. The Israelis won. Did you guys see this?
No, I did not.
We will get into that later. If you don't like the Israelis, you're not going to like this episode. I'm just kidding. If you like Jews, don't like Jews, you'll still love us. Before we go anywhere on this, I do have a super chat I need to read. Where'd that go? I have chat open here somewhere. There it is. Thank you. Johnny Hellcat, I'll catch the stream later. Working a 12 to 9, followed by a 10 to 6. Followed by an 8 to 5. Not running on a lot of sleep already. Have a nice stream. Purple Monkey Dishwasher, Mr. President.
Okay.
Alrighty, and I hope you have fun at work. That sounds like a lot of work real close together. How are you guys tonight?
I'm good, man. I had a pretty decent day. I woke up early. And for a change, instead of staying up and like fucking not going back to sleep, I just went back to sleep. So then I ended up waking up at like 3 p.m. But pretty good day so far. Nothing bad happened, so that's a win.
I watched a Netflix original film with Clive Owen and Amanda Seyfried called Anon, which is some kind of sort of cyberpunkish, a world without privacy thing, except that it was taking some pretty heavy concept borrowings from Strange Days, where people, your memories are recorded and what you see can be manipulated by others, et cetera, et cetera. So it was meh.
Oh, that's a ringing endorsement, y'all.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not even like interesting / entertaining, especially if you've ever seen Strange Days. Like half of the plot is kind of already given away. And I figured out who the bad guy was the second he showed up on the movie. There was no twist. As soon as he appeared, I was like, oh, he's the bad guy.
You can do that in movies, but you have to make them interesting bad guys to do that.
Well, yeah, and there's no interest. There's absolutely no sense of anything at stake. You don't have any investment in the characters or their fates, or given any reason to think that anyone's more interesting than the other. Except that in this instance, the movie gives you a visual cue to tell you that this person is the bad guy. I won't explain how, but it's so. Anyway, yeah, that was my day. Aside from just being a lazy bum and watching videos and playing video games.
My day started, I went upstairs and I was expecting to see Lady Monkey and give her a hug and a kiss. And she was up there, but there was also this tiny little girl up there who was very happy to see her grandpa.
Oh.
And I was so happy to see her. I said, come here, let me hug you. And she actually let me pick her up. And we just stood there hugging for like 30 seconds.
Oh.
And then I put her down and she took me into the kitchen to show me what she wanted for breakfast. We had donuts because that's what we like to eat. And then she saddened me because I was getting us milk and I got out a little plastic cup. It's a Spider-Man cup.
Yay.
And she says, I want a girl cup.
Oh.
I'm like, Spider-Man can be for girls. She said, nuh-uh, Spider-Man's for boys. And I don't know what asshole put this into my granddaughter's head, but if I find out, I'm going to hurt them. Because the very first doll I ever bought this child was a Spider-Man doll. And we used to watch. Oh, somebody's pissing me off. But me and her other than that, me and her had a very good morning together. She was all about the grandpa this morning.
Well, you need to find her a Spider-Woman cup.
Well, I found her Sky cup. For those of you who don't know who Sky is, she is one of the same pound puppies, but that's not it. Paw Patrol puppies. That's what it is. The Paw Patrol
pound puppies.
She's the little girl puppy who flies, and her name is Sky. How convenient is that?
Yeah.
We have a couple of birthdays, and before we get to the ones that we're singing to, my little brother turned 42 today. So I know you're not listening, but I love you, man. I hope you had a great birthday. But we have a couple of requested birthdays. And I don't know that I wrote this down right.
Well, I know we have one for
Rio.
Polo.
Okay, it is Polo. I was like, Polo? All right, so we have Ryu and Polo.
Are we doing the both at once?
I think we can do one, and then we'll do another one a little bit later.
Okay.
Ryu was the first one to request, so we're going to do Ryu first. So, Ryu, I know you have a much longer name. I couldn't even say it when I could read it on screen, so I'm sticking with Ryu. Ryu, are you out there? Are you listening? You better be. This is for your birthday. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Starting this stream off good, huh?
Happy
birthday to you.
If you're not here, I'm going to be pissed.
Happy birthday, dear Ryu.
I'm thinking y'all just saying it's your birthday to torture me.
Happy birthday to you. And Ryu's in chat there. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. I really do. Well, actually, tomorrow's your birthday, so I hope you have a very good birthday tomorrow.
I'm gonna have to see some birth certificates.
So with that,
I didn't know Rio was running for president, but okay.
I know y'all like my singing. I don't care what you say. Some of y'all just had orgasms. Don't lie.
Jesus Christ.
Scribbles.
Yes.
Do we have news?
We do have news.
What news do we have?
We have a lot of bad news and news portending bad things. For example, U.S. stealth fighters intercept Russian bombers off the coast of Alaska.
Oh, that's not good.
Mm-hmm. 2 Russian Tu-95 Bear bombers were intercepted by U.S. F-22 stealth fighters in international airspace off the coast of Alaska on Friday, according to North American Aerospace Defense Command. The Russian long-range bombers flew into the Air Defense Identification Zone, which extends approximately 200 miles off Alaska's western coast. Quote, at approximately 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 2 Alaskan-based NORAD F-22 fighters intercepted and visually identified 2 Russian Tu-95 Bear long-range bomber aircraft flying into the Air Defense Identification Zone around the western coast of Alaska, north of the Aleutian Islands, NORAD and U.S. Northcom spokesman Canadian Army Major Andrew Hennessy said in a statement. The Russian aircraft were intercepted and monitored by the F-22s until the bombers left the ADIZ along the Aleutian Island chain heading west and never entered U.S. airspace, according to the statement. The last such intercept of Russian aircraft by U.S. jets took place on May 3rd, 2017. Damn. So, just testing the limits, or
seeing what their bombers could manage if they had to.
You got to be really pissed off at somebody to drop bears on them.
I know, right? It's like, our president needs something to wrestle. Drop the bears.
There's another birthday. Holy crap. We got 3 today.
Birth certificate. Show it to me.
9 months ago was a lot of fucking.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, depending, it's a good time to fuck, I think. All times are.
There's always room for Jell-O.
That's right. Just ask Bill Cosby. It's always a good time to fuck.
Oh, yeah.
He likes to take his time when he's eating the pudding.
Rudy! No! Okay. Well, in other not fun news, 1 dead, 4 wounded in Paris stabbing attack. Assailant has been killed. I think this has been updated since then. Yes, it has. So I refresh my page, and I get brand new information. As soon as the video they want to play stops playing, and I can hear myself think again.
Yeah, there is still no effort to get this knife control thing in place.
Attacker yells "Allahu Akbar," stabs 5 in Paris before police take him down. The person who stabbed 5 people in Paris on Saturday night, killing 1, yelled the Arabic phrase "Allahu Akbar," meaning God is great, during the attack, city prosecutor Francois Molins told the reporters on the scene. 4 people were wounded during the Saturday night knife attack in the touristy 2nd arrondissement or district of Paris. I don't know how to say French words. 2 of the victims were gravely wounded and 2 others were lightly injured, police said. The attacker, who French President Emmanuel Macron called a terrorist, is dead, according to police. The media wing of ISIS claimed responsibility for the attack in a statement published online.
ISIS has a media wing?
Amaq News... Yes, you didn't know this?
I know.
Oh, they have a PR. They have a PR machine. They have a PR machine, man.
All right.
The Amaq News Agency said, quote, "The person who executed the stabbing in Paris is a soldier of the Islamic State." The statement also said the assailant acted in response to calls to attack anti-ISIS coalition countries. ISIS did not provide proof to substantiate the claim, and no authorities or security sources have yet verified the authenticity of the ISIS claim.
Have they ever?
Like, how would they verify that? Like, it says ISIS on his knife.
I mean, if you lie yourself to an ideology, you're a member of that ideology. It's just kind of like, ta-da, more or less. I mean, unless you're saying like, I'm pro, I don't know, soccer, and I play football all day or something. Like you're just completely 180 from what you're saying. Otherwise, yeah.
Well, soccer and football.
They are 2 different things. They are 2 different things.
I know. I just
soccer's like if you have a vagina.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna break up the bad news with another birthday song.
Oh, that's good news.
This is good news. This one's for you, Polo. Now, the reason when I first said I think I wrote this down wrong is when I wrote the L, I messed up, so it actually kind of looks like I wrote polio. Good night.
Let's sing happy birthday to polio.
Let's sing happy birthday to polio and give a nod to
paralysis.
So so this is for Polo.
Polo, that sounds really like high class and fancy.
It sounds a lot fancier than polio.
Yes, I guess so.
Polo, are you out there? Are you listening? This one's for you. And a 1 and a 2.
Happy birthday to you.
Dox yourself for verification.
Happy birthday to you.
Seriously, I think y'all lying to me.
Happy birthday, dear Polo.
I'm glad you don't have polio.
Yeah, at least I'm glad for that.
Happy birthday to you.
You can send it to my email.
Polio?
Polo, I know your birthday's tomorrow also. I hope you have a great day. We got 1 left to do, and we'll do that a little bit later. So what other news we got?
Well, let's see. Is the Gaza tunnel being blown up the one you wanted to save for yourself?
There was none that I wanted to save for myself. The Gaza tunnel was blown up.
Okay. Israel destroys Gaza tunnel, boosts troop numbers ahead of expected protests.
Oh.
The Israeli military destroyed a tunnel in northern Gaza with an airstrike on Saturday night, according to Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus. The 1-kilometer tunnel was only meters away from the border fence near the Erez crossing into Israel and a short distance away from a kibbutz, said the Israeli Defense Forces. This is the 6th tunnel destroyed in the past 6 months. Conricus said the tunnel took months to build and that the military had been tracking its construction for a number of weeks. Quote, Hamas is spreading messages of its desire for a long-term ceasefire, but actually digs terror tunnels into the territory of the State of Israel. We're not buying this bluff. We will continue, like this evening, to strike the terror infrastructure. The destruction of the tunnel comes before what's expected to be a volatile week in Israel and the Palestinian territories. On Monday, the U.S. will officially open its embassy in Jerusalem in a move that is expected to spark protests across the region. On Tuesday, Palestinians mark what they call the Nakba, or catastrophe, in memory of the more than 700,000 Palestinians who were either driven from or fled their homes during the Arab-Israeli War that accompanied the creation of the State of Israel in 1948. And the Muslim month of Ramadan also starts this week, which regularly brings a spike in tensions between Israelis and Palestinians. Asked about the timing of the tunnel's destruction coming right before these events, Conricus said, quote, "We are assessing where it was going and collecting intelligence, but when it got close enough to threaten the crossing and the kibbutz, we decided to strike."
We have people in chat upset with us because I skipped something tonight. I apologize, guys. Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies. Hit that like button and share all of our stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Scribe only catches it when I miss it because he's racist. But
Yes, that's why.
That was not my Israeli story. That's not what my title is about.
Okay.
But yeah, with all of this stuff coming up, yeah, it's gonna be rough in Israel for a week or two. No, Eurovision was going on apparently, which is some music contest.
You're going to talk about Eurovision? All right.
That's what the Israeli thing is. I just wanted to throw it in there to see if I could get any white nationalists here to be pissed off.
See, when you said Israel wins, I'm like, they blew up a tunnel! Yay!
Well, they did that too. It's a great week for them. They blew up a tunnel and they won Eurovision.
Oh my god!
No, this is trending all over the place, and people are like freaking out about it. One, because technically Israel's in Asia.
That's true.
And well, people keep going. It's in the Middle East. Okay. Continents. Middle East is not a continent.
Well, yes, you're right. Okay, all right. I was talking region, but sure. Yes.
But they were upset because there was an Australian in the finals of Eurovision. I mean, these people, it's a fucking music competition. It would be like getting mad about any music competition. Who gives a shit?
Well, I mean, shouldn't Japan take part in the World Series? It's
Yes,
the
they
World
should.
Series, right? Well, except for, you know why they call it the World Series, don't you?
Because we're better than everyone else.
No, because it was originally sponsored by a now defunct newspaper called the New York World. So it was called the World Series. It has nothing to do with geography. It has everything to do with the branding of the person of the company that started it.
So yes, guys. While Israel might actually end up losing some this week because we had the back and forth with them and the Iranians on the Syrian border. We have the protest here, the Gaza tunnel apparently being blown up, and but they did win Eurovision, you guys. Yay, Jews!
I love Jews.
Jews is great.
Orange Jews. What? Oh. I only got 2 stories left. They're relatively short. And no, they're not about Weibo.
Let's get those out. We'll do our next birthday song when those are done.
All right. So first off, White House press secretary berates staff for leak of Sadler's McCain comment. White House press secretary Sarah Sanders privately berated the White House communications and press staff Friday after a leak the previous day of comments by aide Kelly Sadler about Senator John McCain. In discussing McCain's opposition to CIA nominee Gina Haspel, Sadler, a special assistant who handles surrogate communications for the White House, said in a private meeting Thursday that it doesn't matter, quote, because he's dying anyway. Despite publicly refusing to criticize the remark, Sanders told press staff that Sadler's comment was inappropriate, according to several sources familiar with the meeting. During the dressing down, Sanders focused more on how the remark was leaked, apparently in an attempt to target Sadler with a damaging story, one of the sources told CNN. I love how her berating her staff in private gets leaked to the public.
About a leak.
Yeah, it's great.
It's leakception.
The White House is a sieve, everyone.
You know, at this point, they might as well just make everything public.
Right. Yeah, what's the point? Because literally everything. Trump took 3 shits today. Oh, okay.
The president made a dookie.
I mean, it was a horrible joke the guy made. But it was a
chick, right?
Joke. Get over it, people.
The guy made. Yeah. Monkey doesn't care about gender. It's a
girl, whatever it was. The person. How about that?
There you go.
Broad is the word I would have put.
The broad.
The mall. What a mall.
The dirty twat that said it was just making a joke.
And speaking of broads, my last story, 82 women to walk the Cannes red carpet to protest Film Fest's female representation.
Wait, lack of representation or representation?
Well, the headline is badly worded. I'll read the story. 82 women will walk the red carpet at the Cannes Film Festival to highlight the limited number of female filmmakers who have been selected for the festival's competition lineup over its 71 years. My first question is, what's the percentage of female filmmakers to male filmmakers in the world, period?
Wait, they're protesting shit that happened before?
They're over the course of its lifetime, they're saying.
Why? Okay.
Among those expected Saturday are Selma Hayek, Jane Fonda, Wonder Woman filmmaker Patty Jenkins, it's the only thing she's known for at this point, and the French director Agnes Varda, a recipient of an honorary Palme d'Or. Also joining in are some Cannes jury members this year, Kristen Stewart. Wait, Kristen Stewart is a jury member? Okay.
Wait,
Ava
that?
DuVernay, that's Bella from the Twilight series.
Yeah.
Ava DuVernay and Leah Seydoux. I don't know if I said that correctly. The number 82 corresponds with the number of films directed by women to play in the festival's prestigious Palme d'Or competition, in contrast to the 1,645 films directed by men. Jane Campion is the only female filmmaker to ever win the Palme.
Make better movies.
Right.
Yeah. Do all the work to become a director, do all the work to make a movie that's good, get it submitted for competition, and win. That's all you have to do. Doesn't sound like much, does it?
No, they need to give us it because we haven't got it.
Yeah. We didn't earn it to this point, so give it to us now, or we're going to complain.
Satsu, I have bad news for you.
Oh, boy.
We actually have 2 more birthdays.
Suddenly, I have to go to the bathroom for 30 minutes.
You can't. You're part of this. You're part of the song now.
It's Katsu's turn to sing.
No.
Yep. I've been talking for the last 20 minutes, and I need to rest my voice. Satsu's turn to sing. And I'll make snarky comments in between.
They better be good.
No, they're not going to be. Now that you've said that, I'm going to make them awful.
That was my plan. You're easy to manipulate.
Yeah, I need to double pronounce this one. It's S-Y-N-I-K. Is that Cynic?
Cynic.
Cynic. Oh, Cynic. I see what they did there.
Cynic.
I see. Well, it's an S. I go Psy. S-Y. Psy.
Yes.
See?
Senor.
Cynic, you confused me. But this one's for you. I hope you're still listening. And a 1. And a 2.
Happy birthday
to you.
I am a potato.
Happy birthday to you.
Daffodils are quite fine.
Happy birthday. Please kill me,
dear Cynic.
I scraped my toe.
Happy birthday. Ooh, you motherfucker.
Happy birthday, Cynic. And I'm sorry I can't read people's names. That's why Stargazer Nights is Stargazer Nuts. Live with it. So that leaves us 1 more, but let's go play around in MSS News for a while. I like to break these up. I don't want you guys to feel like we're all giving you one birthday. See what I'm saying?
Scribe's going to stick his scraped toe in MSS News.
That's right. Guys, if you have a story you'd like us to take a look at, you can hit us up at the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine. Can't get to them all. We do what we can, and we do reserve the right to skip some. So,
Miss News.
What's we got there, Scribbles?
Let's see. What's this one here? Okay. This one comes from Massive Dynamics. Excuse me. South Florida man bites dog's ear to establish dominance.
Is that incorrect? Are you not supposed to do that?
A South Florida man told a deputy he bit a dog's ear in an effort to establish dominance, according to an arrest report.
Did he bite it off?
I don't know yet. I don't know if he pulled a Mike Tyson. Let's find out. Patrick Campbell, 27, of Lake Worth, was arrested Thursday on a charge of aggravated animal cruelty. According to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, a deputy went to Campbell's home after receiving a complaint of someone abusing a dog. It should be someone, they just say some. Complaint of some abusing a dog. Good job, guys. The caller claimed to hear slamming noises coming from the apartment. When the deputy arrived, he was greeted by Campbell's roommates, who claimed Campbell was disciplining his 2-year-old Siberian husky named Dimitri. The men told the deputy that Campbell beat the hell out of him. The deputy found the dog in Campbell's bedroom closet. The deputy said the room smelled of urine and feces and there was blood on the floor. Jesus. When the deputy questioned Campbell about the blood coming from Dimitri's ear, Campbell described what he said happened according to the report. Quote, "I bit him to establish dominance," Campbell said, according to the report. Palm Beach County Animal Care and Control took Dimitri. Campbell was taken to jail.
Good. Fuck that guy. I don't even like dogs, and fuck that guy.
Poor Dimitri.
Oh, here we go. This also comes from Massive Dynamics, because why not? Pupils blacked up and dressed as slaves for school leaver photo.
What?
I don't know. An exclusive boarding school in Berkshire has come under fire after school leavers. I don't know what a leaver is. Leavers in relation to a school. What's a school leaver?
No idea.
I don't know.
I will look that up.
After school leavers dressed as blacked up slaves for their leaving pictures. Maybe there's leaving school? Maybe that's what
it's somebody who has left school usually after completing a course of study instead of continuing on to college or university.
This is Metro UK, so it's a British thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's UK, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
That is a disturbing photo because not only are they dressed up like that, some of them have
Tommy guns.
Well, look at the guy directly to the left of the one with the Tommy gun. On his knees with his shirt cut out and clamps on his nipples.
Yeah, that's also kind of disturbing. But those are the white slaves, see?
Yeah, but did they do that to slaves? Did they clamp their nipples?
I have no idea.
Satsu?
Backs away slowly.
A group of pupils at the oratory school planned to arrive at the informal photo shoot dressed as cotton workers before they were turned away by their headmaster. The boys posted images on social media that have sparked outrage across Twitter and Facebook. Some have criticized the school for a lack of action or apology. Why is it the school's fault?
All right.
3 sixth form pupils, I assume that's levels in the school, painted themselves black, while 2 other pupils at the school in Woodcote, Reading, Berkshire, dressed in suits with guns, held to the 3 slaves that were holding sheets of cotton. The informal photo is tradition at the £11,000 a term school and is always done in fancy dress. However, these pupils were turned away because of their controversial outfits.
If you guys have to see this photo, if you haven't yet, I'm going to put it in chat here because I just realized what's on the far right of that picture.
Oh, the giant inflatable penis?
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
You didn't notice the giant inflatable penis?
Well, I was looking at the people with nipples clamped because to me that's horrible. Are the 2 in whiteface actually black people?
I can't. It looks maybe like one of them is. I can't tell about the other one.
It's hard to tell because of shadows, but I mean, it's a fucking stupid picture either way. But it just looks like a bunch of friends being stupid.
Let's see. Okay, I'm really curious as to what this means because I've watched both seasons of this show. This comes from Raymond Lewis. It looks like Jessica Jones is finally trying to address its diversity problem.
Oh no.
Its diversity problem. It's half the show is of
dick on camera.
Sorry, you broke up there. What?
I said, is she going to take Luke Cage's dick on camera?
Well, she already did that in season 1.
Well, then where's the rest of the diversity issue?
I'm not quite sure. While details about Jessica Jones' upcoming 3rd season are still sparse, I have a feeling I know what it's going to be. It's going to be Jessica Jones being really, really shitty to people and being really, really down and cynical and shit. There's going to be one bad guy, and that one storyline is going to be stretched across 13 episodes with a whole ton of filler, where the actual story could only take maybe 4 or 5 episodes, but then they pad it with a whole bunch of other nonsense. If the first 2 seasons are any indication. Moving on. The latest bit of casting buzz suggests that the season might try to correct one of the show's most glaring and problematic issues. Okay, before I go on, this show has been like hailed as sort of like the feminist answer to the superhero genre thing. So I'm not sure where this is going. Although Jessica Jones has consistently been one of the stronger and more interesting parts of Netflix's branch of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay, this person has no taste. The series has been rightfully criticized for the ways in which it handles its very few characters of color.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, for God's sakes. Jessica Jones. Well, hey, then tell me about Luke Cage and its lack of white people.
No, see, Satsu has explained this before.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of black people is diverse. A whole bunch of white people is not.
Jessica Jones does an excellent job of depicting its white female characters. Why do you have to make it about skin color? Why do you have to make it about skin color? Okay,
because that's all they care about.
Oh God, it doesn't. Okay, this is causing me a syntax error in my brain, knowing what I know about this show. It does an excellent job of depicting its white female characters as three-dimensional people with rich, complicated interior lives. Fuck you! They're awful. They are awful people. They're not complicated. They're two-dimensional. Anyway, but more often than not, that richness comes at the expense of the characters of color who end up being hurt or killed as a result of their connections to Jessica, Trish Walker, and Jerry Hogarth. Malcolm, for example, spends the vast majority of Jessica Jones's first season addicted to drugs because Kilgrave sees him as an effective means of getting to Jessica. Yes, he was being victimized by the villain, and nobody knew it. He was under someone else's control. And then by the second season, he takes charge. Did you watch season 2? Malcolm was the only interesting character across both seasons. Well, at least the second season. By season 2, Malcolm's clean and trying to get his life together, but it isn't long before Trish, who knows he's a former user, more or less forces him to inhale the same dangerous addictive substance that briefly imbues her with super strength. Yeah, the white girl becomes an addict again. The black guy gets tempted, but then fights it off and goes completely straight.
Yeah, but they were supposed to show a white guy doing that. But then the complaint would have transformed into there's not enough black people in here. So they can switch it at any time. It's either there's not enough or the ones that are here are wrong. Like they have an argument for everything. They can't lose.
Showrunner Melissa Rosenberg has acknowledged the problem, saying that there aren't enough women of color in meaningful roles. And now it seems as if she's following up on her words with action. So she's hiring on the basis of skin color, is she? Okay. Yep. We should take this with a pinch of salt, but that hashtag show is reporting that Jessica Jones is looking for 4 new series regulars, 2 of whom are women of color with multi-season deals.
Now,
they don't,
Are they black or are they Asian?
It says, here are the casting call-out details. 48 to 52, female, please submit African-American, Latina, Asian, Native American, etc.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, at least they're being diverse in their racism.
Well, there's the second one is 27 to 31, female, African-American, strong, smart, and driven. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah, that girl already got a job. Let's take a break here. It is Gorak 1. It's his birthday.
Go ahead, Satsu.
Gorak?
No.
Are you out there?
Go, Satsu.
Are you listening? Are you happy to have Satsu sing for you? And a 1 and a 2. Happy
birthday
to you.
This is America.
Happy birthday to you.
Killmonger was right.
Happy birthday, dear Gorak.
Gorak, that's what you're doing with your life? Okay.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
That was my job.
Hey.
To you.
Taking our jobs. Jesus.
Happy birthday. I hope you had a great day.
I have suffered through, what, 6? Is that 6 now? Is that 6 birthday songs?
It's only 4.
You've only had to sing 2. Settle down. Jesus.
No, but I've had to hear all of them.
We've only done 4 today.
Have we done 4?
Yeah.
It felt like...
That was the 4th one. I did 2. You did 2. The end.
I love having a black man serenade me.
Oh, hold on. Well, hold on. Let me do it seriously this time. Then.
Let's
Happy
see.
birthday to you.
Oh, God. This one comes from Ulster Scott. Ulster Scott. Connecticut school calls police after a student made a gun out of Legos.
Fuck off.
A Connecticut school called the cops on a student who built a gun out of Legos and pointed it at other classmates. Police were called to Jepson Magnet School in New Haven this week because an unidentified child was pointing the gun made out of colorful toy blocks at other students. Very few details have been released by the school, which serves students from pre-K to 8th grade. So we don't even know how old the kid was. Okay. Will Cook, a spokesman.
It doesn't matter.
I know. Will Cook, a spokesman for the New Haven Public Schools, told Fox 61 school leaders and local police partners were able to investigate and resolve the issue internally with use of restorative practices. Oh, shit. Restorative justice.
Fuck.
Well, now, on the level of children, the basics of restorative justice aren't all that unfamiliar. It is essentially shake hands and make up. Although in this instance, it's bullshit because he didn't do any. If that's all he did, or the student did, we don't know if it's a boy or girl. That's all the student did. There's nothing to apologize for. It's a fucking Lego.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The idea of restorative justice, that's the only place it's going to have an impact on young kids. And it'll help build, empathy and all that. But it's a fucking Lego gun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. See, I couldn't be a kid in today's day and age, man. I'd be in the news every day.
Yep.
I'd take one Lego block, just one square one, and sit it on the table. And they'd be like, what's that supposed to be? A bomb. The whole fucking school's going to be a chaos.
Oh, here's a happy story.
Real quick, thank you, Gregory Hurst. Were they semi-automatic Legos?
Yes. Yes, they were AR-15 Legos. Yeah, AR-15 Legos.
Oh God.
So I got a happy story and then a mysterious story. Let's do the happy story first. This also comes from Ulster Scott. He donated blood every week for 60 years and saved the lives of 2.4 million babies.
Damn.
Most people, when they retire, get a gold watch. James Harrison deserves so much more than that. Harrison, known as the man with the golden arm, has donated blood nearly every week for 60 years. After all those donations, the 81-year-old Australian man retired Friday. The occasion marked the end of a monumental chapter. According to the Australian Red Cross Blood Service, he has helped save the lives of more than 2.4 million Australian babies. Harrison's blood has unique disease-fighting antibodies that have been used to develop an injection called Anti-D, which helps fight against rhesus disease. This disease is a condition where a pregnant woman's blood actually starts attacking her unborn baby's blood cells. In the worst cases, it can result in brain damage or death for the babies. The condition develops when a pregnant woman has rhesus-negative blood, RHD negative, and the baby in her womb has rhesus-positive blood, RHD positive, inherited from its father. If the mother has been sensitized to rhesus-positive blood, usually during a previous pregnancy with a rhesus-positive baby, she may produce antibodies that destroy the baby's, quote, foreign blood cells that can be deadly for the baby. Harrison's remarkable gift of giving started when he had a major chest surgery and he was just 14. Blood donation saved his life, so he pledged to become a blood donor. A few years later, doctors discovered his blood contained the antibody which could be used to create anti-D injections, so he switched over to making blood plasma donations to help as many people as possible. Doctors aren't exactly sure why Harrison has this rare blood type, but they think it might be from the transfusions he received when he was 14 after his surgery. He's one of no more than 50 people in Australia known to have the antibodies.
Wow.
So, yeah, good for this guy.
Yeah.
He's a national hero. He's won numerous awards for his generosity, including the Medal of the Order of Australia, one of the country's most prestigious honors.
Gregory, why?
What did Gregory say?
He finally ran out of blood.
Oh, I just think they need to rename it because anti-D makes me laugh.
No more dick for you.
Sounds like a lesbian serum. But
no. Well, not in today's time. It doesn't, because lesbians are allowed to be anti-D.
Good for him though. I mean, that is awesome. Yeah. And guys, if you can, give blood, because maybe you won't be this guy, but you never know who it will save, and it's awesome to do.
And now something that's mysterious, because I'm not quite sure what it's about, but what the hell? This one comes from Happy Red Panda. He says, we need to see this. Preacher sparks mass panic by standing up and shouting about God during Avengers movie, causing people to jump from the balcony and claim there was a shooting.
Oh my God.
Whoa. A movie theater goer sparked mass panic on Thursday by jumping out of his seat during a screening of the Avengers Infinity War to shout about God, promoting fears and false rumors that a mass shooting was underway. Michael Ray Weber, 28, was watching Avengers Infinity War at the Redlands Harkins Theater in San Bernardino, California on Thursday night when he suddenly got out of his seat at the end of the film. He started preaching about God and triggered panic among other theatergoers who thought he had a gun. One woman leaped over a balcony into the movie theater to try and escape and fell 20 feet to the ground below, where she was then trampled by others trying to get out.
Oh my God.
The incident prompted dozens of confused phone calls to local police, including one which said 30 to 40 shots had been fired. What? The fuck?
Hey, okay. I understand, when there's a shooting and people are like, oh, there were 3 shooters. I do not understand somebody yelling about God and people claiming 40 shots were fired.
That's a bit much. Weber was confused by the crowd's reaction and said he intentionally held his hands up to show he was not armed. It just shows you got a bomb around your chest, dude.
Yeah, no shit.
He said he regularly preaches about God during film screenings and did not know why this time in particular caused panic. He was arrested at the scene, and police later checked his home to determine if he was a threat. Weber was arrested for offensive language likely to cause a violent reaction.
What? What did he scream exactly?
It doesn't quote him. I'm assuming he did not say Allahu Akbar.
Okay, so
preaching about God. Sounds Christian, so.
Okay, look, dude, you're in a movie. Shut the fuck up. Let people enjoy the movie. But this isn't yelling fire in a movie.
I mean, the result, though, I think is what they still care about, because he still caused panic enough for people to be injured by being a fucking weirdo.
But isn't the intent what's important there?
It depends.
Well, so there's manslaughter. You cannot intend to kill somebody, but kill somebody. You cannot intend to cause a panic, but effectively cause a panic.
Yeah, just like if a dumb kid or like a dumb teenager or whatever yells bomb because he thought it would be funny in public, and he didn't intend for a riot to take place and somebody to get hurt, that could still be a result, and he would still be responsible.
Sure, but we also know, the thing we've always heard is, you don't yell fire in a theater. Yelling Jesus in a theater, I've never heard of anybody being arrested for that before.
Well, this is the world we live in, Monkey. This is the world we live in. You yell about God inside of a closed theater these days, or start sounding like a freak.
Well, think about it. A lot of the people who have been doing like some of these shootings and crazy shit or whatever were religious people. So it's just like, I don't fucking know what this crazy person's about to do.
On the other hand, maybe this will lead to laws where you cannot talk in a theater, which I would be okay with.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Shut the fuck up. Let me watch my movie.
Okay, he said he regularly does that. So,
yeah.
What kind of shit is that?
Well, now they have him on multiple charges.
How many more you want me to do, Monkey?
I just want to cover one real fast, and
okay, go ahead.
Then we can move on. This is about the Israelis winning.
Oh yeah.
There were there's some chick, Shuri. I don't know how you say her fucking name. Shuri, Surie.
Got a super chat.
Thank you, Gregory Hurst. It's Jesus. Get down.
Get down, get down.
For the record, if Jesus showed up at my movie, I would probably panic.
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be doing my lawn.
Oh my God.
What? That's what the Savior means to me. What?
Okay.
What'd I do?
Say sorry.
I'm sorry. Anyway, so she was a performer during this Eurovision thing, and somebody jumped up on the stage and took the mic away from her to say that the UK media are a bunch of Nazis. And that's pretty much it.
All right.
Okay.
And then the Jews went on to win.
Hey.
Hooray, Jews.
Good job, Jews. Nice job. Good luck this week. Yeah, it's not much of a story other than, you know, there is another one from Raymond Lewis that we might touch on later. Jeffrey Tambor has been accused of more Me Too stuff. Can you imagine that? I mean, Jeffrey Tambor hitting on you? That dude has looked like a pedophile since he got into television and movies. I enjoy him in some things, but that dude just looks like a pedo. He's got pedo face hard, man.
He's got pedo face.
He does. I look at him. He's got that that toilet bowl ring around his head. Yeah, no. Ugh. Anyway, so guys, that'll wrap up MSS News for now. This is what we like to call YouTube time. Satsu, did you do anything on YouTube today?
I uploaded the video that I said I was going to upload on 2 Cents Plus, which was an armor set that I've been working on and trying to perfect over the past couple weeks, and it has been completed, and it is glorious. So go check that out over on 2 Cents Plus if you play Monster Hunter or if you give a fuck. Other than that, I did queue up some stuff that I wanted to talk about this morning, but I woke up at like super late because I decided to go back to sleep. So I will be working on those tomorrow.
Well done indeed. I didn't do anything today. Keeping my streak alive.
Yeah.
Scribbles, what you work on?
Well, I actually came across this about a week or two ago, but I'm looking at working on it now. My favorite friends at Stanford have put out a series of presentation videos about various social topics. And as I was looking through them, I recognized a particular face and voice. I was like, I know her. Why do I know her? Oh, yeah, she was on one of my very first Stanford videos. I wonder what she's up to. What is she talking about? Oh, gender identity. Great. So, yeah, I have to sit down and watch this thing, piece it out. And yeah, that's what I'm aiming to work on in the near future, amongst the other 3 or 4 folders I have sitting on my desk of things that I've half started so far.
Yeah, I'm still going to make the video I talked about the other day, but I realized after that other article you gave me, I'm just going to completely redo it because I want to take a slightly different angle on it. So that's why nothing is moved forward on that, and I'm kind of mad at myself for it. But oh well. It is now time for internet fucketry.
Fuckery.
The thing that caught my eye today was what was going on with diversity in comics.
Oh, I saw that. I don't know enough of the names involved to talk about it.
I only know like the haziest stuff. I guess he had a book that was coming out or something, and some comic book guys protested to the publisher, and the publisher shut it down because they were complaining.
Yeah, from the publisher's statement, I mean, that's pretty much what they said. We were bullied into backing out of this project.
Pussies.
Exactly. I mean, their statement is fucking just, I couldn't believe it. I saw a video on it earlier today. And the guys, because you know how people, when you build up, you're not going to believe what they said. And then they put it up there. I'm like, I can't believe that's what they fucking said. And guys, I'm sorry I can't be more specific on this, but Diversity in Comics is, follow him on Twitter or go to their YouTube channel. He's pretty much all over it because it involves him. But yeah, his publisher was beaten down. Meanwhile, we've heard reports that there are people threatening to dox comic shops over this. Did you see this part of the story, Scribe?
I didn't hear anything about that.
Scribbles, you still there?
Yes. What? Sorry.
Oh, did you hear the part about the certain people threatening to dox small comic shops over this?
No.
Yeah, there's some group that has gotten together, and there's this dude who's put together a list of people, and it's unknown last I knew whether it was the comic shop's phone numbers or their home phone numbers, and is threatening them that if they carry this or allow pre-orders, they'll take their stuff.
Oh.
Comic shop doxing is not correct. They were giving out the phone numbers and addresses, what you can find on Facebook. Yeah, and if that's what it is, the shop's phone numbers, that's fine. But that's still directing harassment, because they're not doing that to say, hey, call these guys up and tell them how great they are. So, yes, if you want to say it's not doxing, I'll give you that. But it's not up and up either.
How is this guy a threat to anyone? I still don't.
They don't like him.
I get that, but because he criticizes them, that's it.
Well, here's the thing. They can walk in, they can step in, and they can demand that we want comics that embody us and what we want and what we believe in, because we deserve them. But nobody else can have that. We only can demand that. If anybody else steps in and they try to make something of their own, we have a problem with that, because that's what we've been saying this whole time. If you want something, make it yourself. And he did it. They don't have the capacity to. They just want to beg other people to do it for them. So they're pissed and they want to shut it down.
Well, it's more than just that. It's more than just him making this, because they don't like him. This is a personal crusade against him.
Right.
But yeah, so it's a whole clusterfuck. Check him out and see what you think of the story.
But that is pretty fucking ironic, though, where it's like your biggest complaint is there are not things out here that you want, and you refuse to make them. Somebody actually decides to take the initiative because they criticize comic books and stuff like that or whatever, and decide to put something that they want out there because they criticize and they feel like they can add something to it. And you're like, no, that's unacceptable. Like, get the fuck out of here. I hate people.
Jordan says he helped start the hashtag Move the Needle, which steers people away from these people's comics. Okay. Now,
what people's comics?
The mainstream comics. Your SJW comic these days.
Is Monkey cutting out for you too, or is it just me?
No, he's not cutting out for me.
Okay, because the couple of times now where you've been like, Scribe, are you there? I'm like, did you say something? So something's up with my internet. So am I cutting out? Am I okay?
No, you're good.
This is weird. Okay, sorry.
Jim says no. Move the Needle was about showing how many people actually buy comics. Yeah, like I said, I don't know enough about the particulars to speak. I don't know anything about Move the Needle, but about the names involved to tell a good story. Real quick, Scribe, Fussy Notion says I'm cutting out on their end as well. So.
Oh, okay. Because there's been a couple times where I've been kind of like, did I get cut off, or are you guys saying something? Anyway, sorry. But that's why I've been sort of like responding so weird, I guess, is because you've been asking me things and I haven't heard you or something.
Oh shit, I ain't even hear it. Then again,
Satsu
I don't pay
doesn't
attention
listen
to
to
shit.
me.
So
we learned that last night.
Well, I mean,
again,
because I only hear bits and pieces of what you say naturally, it's like when you're actually cutting out, it sounds natural. So what can I say? Be more interesting.
I am interesting, you dick. I'm trying to think if I saw anything on the Twitter or on internet today, and I don't think I did.
I know Jim was posting a bunch of stuff about something.
Oh, dude. The last thing I saw Jim posting about, I don't even want to talk about. That's horrible.
Okay.
Well, I did see an article. I know we've been talking about this a lot, but I did see an article that was claiming, coming to Donald Glover's defense, saying that his choice of spouse does not erase his wokeness or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, and I was like,
who did Donald Glover? I have no idea.
He's married to a white girl.
Yeah, he's married to some white girl.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have put up a post saying, before you start calling him woke, just remember this, and they showed a picture of him and his wife.
What? Jesus
Yes.
Christ. Who's the racist now?
Yeah. And it was shared by what is it? Damn, what's that Facebook group called? Blackness something. And their mission statement on their page is, we only support black on black love. Anything else is wrong.
Here we go. The Daily Beast headline: Donald Glover's white partner doesn't make him any less black. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not like when they fuck, the black leaves him. I mean, he kind of does, but he stays as black as he ever was.
Right. That's what Squishy calls black by injection. I'll let you unpack that on your own.
It's not like Satsu used to be darker, and since he met Squishy, he's just slowly getting lighter.
Right. Yeah. It's so funny, man, because I'm just like, why is it that this even plays a factor to non-racist woke people who are fighting this battle against racism? And just like, remember, he's fucking a white bitch. We're not racist, by the way.
Well, in all fairness, stay away from white girls, man. They're fucking crazy. Go for a docile Asian. That's my advice.
It's crazy women everywhere, dude.
But Kanye's whitewashed according to the same people that say that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get this whole thing, you know. Oh, he's dating a white chick. So
well, it's funny because like all the headlines are calling they're calling him, like Childish Gambino now, a free thinker, or the actual definition of a free thinker because of the whole Kanye thing. And they're like, Kanye's not, but this is what it really looks like. And I'm like, somebody who literally mimics all the things that you like to hear. Of course, they are the picture of free thinking. Although, technically, they're not wrong because his viewpoints on all the stuff that he's ever believed in has always been his own. So I would include him as a free thinker because he's doing his thing and he's always been doing his thing. And he said controversial things that piss black people off too. But he sticks to his convictions. So I will say that they are correct, but that doesn't make Kanye not one. But whatever.
Breaking news. I don't know if this will become a bigger story or not. Indonesian media: 3 bomb attacks hit 3 different churches in Surabaya, Indonesia's second largest city. 2 so far reported killed.
Oh, damn.
So, yeah, Indonesia. I think Al Qaeda's got some stuff going on there. I vaguely remember this. So,
the only thing I know about Indonesia is that's where Indonesians come from.
Okay. Thank you, Monkey. Now to the weather.
Now to the weather.
I did see a post I wanted to discuss with you guys and get your opinions on. A month or 2 ago, I made a post about how just because people disagree with you doesn't mean they're SJWs now.
Right.
But I read a post from Sofane today that I actually kind of agree with. That might make you question what I said there. He said, I remember feeling real solidarity with those who opposed identity politics in 2016. Now I have to hate their identity politics too. So many have become nothing more but the mirror image of SJWs.
Mm-hmm.
And
how so? I'm kind of confused.
Well, here's the example that I used when I was talking to somebody about this on the Twitter machine here. If you go back to when Sargon reported Chrisiosity for saying she was going to harass him on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Sargon claims to be for free speech rather than ignoring her or muting her or blocking her, all things that would leave her free speech intact. He went and told mommy and daddy and actually got her speech shut down.
Right.
And very few people stood up and went, Sargon, you're wrong here. Everybody just made excuses for it. And there was a time when we would say, shutting somebody's free speech down is an SJW thing instead of arguing with them or just ignoring them. Faith, he was holding her up to her own standards, which means he was holding himself to her standards.
Right.
Anyway, you have your standards, they have theirs. If
He
you
was
take
bringing
theirs,
himself down to her level, which is not what you want to do.
Yeah.
Well, there's another one also recently with Aiden Paladin. With the Aiden Paladin thing, Kevin Logan made his video saying that she was denying the Holocaust, and because of that, she got all this hate, and people contacted her job, blah blah blah. And this is the kind of thing that if it was going on with, say, a Gamergate person, everybody would be like, "Bitch, proof. We want proof." But in this case, everybody's like, "Oh my God, did you see what they did to Aiden? Look how horrible they are. Look what he made his fans do." And I'm sitting here like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
The same people that I've seen, you can't blame people for what their audience do, going, Kevin made his audience do this. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you have no actual principles at all?
I think that I can see the want to kind of give them a taste of their own medicine, especially when you've gotten to the point where you're like, this isn't getting through to them. They're not seeing it. So the only way is to show them by example how bad this is, by letting them experience it. Because when somebody else experiences it, they're like, it serves them right. But then people tend to, they start to see reality for what it is when they realize and understand, like, this could actually happen to us too. Like, wait a minute, I thought we were immune. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Point Curation. Say no to deplatforming. Clementine Ford should be allowed to speak, even if she's wrong. Yeah, she's a fucking moron, but she should be allowed to speak.
Yeah, so I get the push to want to do that, but that's at the risk of making yourself a hypocrite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
we talked about the story yesterday out of the University of Cincinnati, where the guy went and reported the girl for rape because they'd had sex and they'd both been drinking, so he couldn't consent.
Mm-hmm.
And while I make jokes about that, my position is still, what happened in that case is fucking wrong. The school immediately basically just shunned her, treated her like she was a rapist, based on nothing. And when that happens to guys, it's not right. And it's happening to this girl, it's not right either. Yes, there are times that it takes that kind of thing to change society, for them to go, oh, wow, this is bad. But that doesn't mean I have to be the one doing it.
Yeah.
I don't have to silence somebody's speech to for them to eventually realize, you know what, silencing speech is bad, because some other dickhole's going to do that. I'm going to hold on to my principles and stay there.
I feel that. Like I said, like, obviously I still feel the same way. But I can, from looking at things from a certain perspective, I can understand people being like, you're going to learn, and this is how it's going to happen. And like I said, it is what it is. If that's your tactic, I still don't agree with it, because you're pretty much just doing what they were doing. But in the end, if they fucking end up learning their lesson, then
But at that point, you lose any credibility on speaking on it again. Because
of course. What's up, Matt? I thought I saw Matt in here. Somebody said, "Hey,
Matt's here. How you doing, Matt?" I just saw that tweet from Fane, and I've started to notice it more and more. And no, just every disagreement is not SJW, but I am seeing a lot of stuff. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, you remember I brought it up when they were being hypocrites about the fucking celebrities are fucking. They need to shut up. They don't know anything. And
yep.
And fucking celebrity they like said something. They like, oh, now celebrities' opinions matter. All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck
up.
Did you have anything to add on that, Scribe? I know we're breaking up here.
Anything I'd say would be just superfluous.
Okay, so I want to cover, or at least read, the article that Satsu sent us earlier.
Okay.
Because I'm interested in this. I'm waiting for. Why is my Twitter opening so slow? God damn it!
It's as crippled as you are.
It is, apparently. All right, this comes to us from Satsu and The Guardian. Men should work less to close gender pay gap, says think tank.
which
All right.
which is fucking beautiful, by the way. But go ahead.
Men should work less, and their employers and the government should help them to do so in order to close the gender pay gap, according to a think tank. A report from the IPPR says there's a gender pay gap of 80% of clearly defined occupations. This points to seniority as a critical driver of the pay gap. For most occupations, men are in more senior, high-paying versions of the role than women, says Catherine Colebrook, IPPR's chief economist and co-author of the report, The State of Pay. All companies with more than 250 employees were required to publish their gender pay gap for the first time in April, and the data showed that 8 out of 10 companies paid women less on an average hourly basis than men. This is over in the UK that they had to do that, and that report is meaningless. It's absolutely fucking meaningless because it doesn't get into exactly this here. The IPPR report says the majority of companies report the gap was smaller than their industry average, suggesting that even if the UK's largest companies closed their gender pay gap, a disparity would persist at a national level. What the report tells us is that firms are a big part of the solution to fixing the gender pay gap, but they can't do it on their own, said Colebrook. The solutions also have to come from individuals and from government. In short, men need to work fewer hours and women need to work more.
I love it.
In other words, we are confirming the debunking of our argument that has been held in place for years now, which is it is personal choice.
Yeah.
I guess, have they admitted defeat? Because that's what this sounds like.
Yeah. You would think the logical thing for them to do is go, wow, they were right about this whole men just work harder and longer and but no. To fix it, you bitches need to work harder, and the men, well, you get to take some time off.
Yeah,
I think it's similar to what happened to you last night at the 7 Days to Die thing, Satsu, when like your whole argument has completely collapsed in on itself. And you're not even mad anymore. You're just kind of neutral, and you kind of look at it and say, well, I guess everything I thought I was doing was wrong.
Scribe.
So now the right thing to... Oh, sorry.
As accurate and beautifully brought up as that was, fuck you. I don't care how relevant that was and well placed in this conversation it was. Still fuck you.
The IPPR report argues that new ways of making sure women keep pace with their male counterparts on pay and seniority are needed. Women are less likely to negotiate salaries when starting a new job and when in post, so employers could rule out the possibility of negotiating altogether or make sure all employees earn at least as much as any new recruit on the same job level, said Colebrook. She said women, okay, oh my God. She said women were less likely to pursue promotions and suggested employers could automatically consider employees for promotion after a given length of time in post. Interview all internal candidates for vacancies and encourage more women to apply for internal promotions. Once again, the problem is women's choices.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happens if the woman doesn't want to advance? Do you make her?
Yeah. How are you going to like press gang them into service? What are you going to do?
Of course, but that's what it comes down to. Like, you remember what I said before. It's not about the actual wants and needs of the people. It is about forcing people to push forth the numbers that you want. It's not about their choice. Fuck their choice. Give them more money or bump them up, whether they like it or not. Start giving men more time off, whether they like it or not, and fix this number that doesn't matter because we need to feel better about it. That's basically how it goes.
Okay, you remember what we just heard a moment ago. Keep in mind what I just read.
Mm-hmm.
Companies could also advertise that salaries were negotiable. Didn't they just say we should get rid of negotiating salaries?
Yeah, they did.
Offer successful candidates the option of a colleague to negotiate on their behalf. He for she, y'all. And match salary offers to make sure all employees on the same level earn as much as any new recruit.
So, okay. All right.
Uh-huh.
Have men negotiate for the women because they can't do it for themselves.
Yeah.
And match salaries just to make sure everybody's getting the same anyway. So, and let's see, more roles need to be flexible and more senior roles should be offered as a job share. The fuck is a job share?
So, like, you split the duties? I don't know. No, I've heard that term before. I don't know.
But changing the behavior of fathers, for example, encouraging them to take shared parental leave and work part-time was also needed, she said.
Okay.
The report states, employers should encourage more men to work flexibly and to take time off for caring responsibilities.
Here's the thing. My whole thing about this entire article is the fact that this is what their argument should have been in the first place. Like this is where they should have been in the first place, instead of dealing with all this bullshit, because there's nothing inherently wrong with what they're saying about this now. They're just suggestions that they're offering for people who want them or whatever. But the problem is they're saying that it needs to be put in place because it's insinuating that this is a problem, which it isn't. But there's nothing like menacing about this.
There's things that I definitely disagree with. For instance, here's the next one. Changing men's working behavior is a crucial component of equalizing pay. Employers should offer paid paternity leave on a use it or lose it basis, making jobs flexible by default and encouraging men to job share. See, this whole thing is about turning men into who they're not. That's my problem with this. And we're going to just bookmark that. Hang on a second. There we go. It's more of turning men into women. You're right. If you just look at it as no big deal, they're just saying, men should take time off like women do. Fine. But what they're doing is saying, men, you need to be women. They're not saying women, in order to be equal, need to work like men. That's not what they're saying. Equality in the sexes always comes down to men acting like women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is definitely one-sided in that regard. But like on the overall, just like this is a more workable argument. You know what I mean? Because there's room for an actual discussion on realistic things that are actually taking place, which is people's decisions. And when it comes down to it, there are probably some men who do want to work less and who do want to like engage in the shit that's in here or whatever. But that's a conversation that can be had. But just saying that people are sexist and they're paying women less because they have vaginas is not a tangible argument that anybody can do anything with, because it's not a thing.
Cryptic. Everybody remember, Cryptic's Asian, so he can say these jokes. Thank you for the donation, Cryptic. I threw an Asian man down a flight of stairs. It was Wong on so many levels.
Oh.
Yeesh.
Fucking Cryptic. I love you, man. Again, the problem, though, is they're not trying to deal with this equally. And every goddamn time, women need to be equal by making men less than what they are.
Yeah, by holding men back, literally holding men back. We need to. That's how we're gonna get to equality for women. Not telling women to step it up. We need to tell men to stop working so hard.
Yep, take more time off. And there are people who talk about the paternity leave and how men need to have some, and maybe a little bit. But men do not need 6 weeks paid maternity leave the way women do. The reason women get that is not just because there's a baby that needs to be cared for. Their bodies are actually recouping at that point. And the only thing to come out of dad's body happened 9 months ago, and it didn't hurt him at all. So if it's for him to help out a little bit, I have no problem with that. But if a dad wants to work, to help pay for the child, I have no problem with that either. And I'm tired of this shit of men have to act like women.
Well, another thing that sets this article apart from others that talk about the pay gap is their actual fucking solutions. Like, and not to say that they're good, but they actually offered something, as opposed to just saying we need to do something. It's uncertain what that is, but
well, I'll give them that. At least they did try to, and they're right. I mean, if these were implemented as they said, it would close the gender pay gap. You're gonna fucking ruin your company doing it.
Right.
Um,
Companies need to basically hamstring themselves in order to achieve some sort of arbitrary balance of numbers.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, job sharing.
BG said what it was earlier, I think.
Yeah. And what it is two part-time people doing the same job. There's a lot of good reasons for one person to do a job. Not the least of which is being able to know what's going on. Man, yeah.
I'm a little concerned about that. They both get paid the same regardless of how much work they put in. I'm a little concerned about that.
The one that jumps out at me there is that basically force people to advance even if they don't want to.
Yeah,
or even if they're not prepared to.
Yeah. There's a bitch over there, promoter.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. And that's why I said these arguments seem so insincere. And it seems like they don't really give a fuck about the people involved. They don't care about people's ability to make decisions on their own. They're just like, I don't care if you have to force a bitch into a construction hat and push her ass into the fucking danger. Get those numbers right. I don't care if they don't want to do it. We want to see the numbers better.
Thank you, Cryptic. Where do Asian voyeurs come from? Peking. Yeah, it just seems like such a bad way to do business.
It is. That's why nobody's doing it.
They start off right from the beginning. Like Satsu said, they basically admit all of the things that we've said about the pay gap. They're there for a reason, and it's not because people hate women. That's what this article is saying. You look, men work longer, so they get more senior positions. We got to stop that.
Yeah. Stop men from working as hard. Stop them from working as many hours. Make women do it. And there you go. We'll fix the pay gap. You'll have a bunch of unhappy people and probably some unsuccessful people, but at least we can cross our arms sitting at home unemployed complaining about it. And we can take a break for a change. You know how exhausting it is to complain daily? That's tiresome. Save us from our fuckery. Boy.
The other thing I want to announce tonight, I'm announcing a fundraising campaign for myself.
Oh, okay.
Candace Owens has put out I can't read her tweet myself. I had to read it from somebody else because I'm blocked by Candace Owens.
How?
Right.
I don't know. She's still pissed at me from a long time ago. She put out this tweet earlier. One email, one phone call, and I'm now putting together a legal fund to go after publications that think they can smear and libel Black conservatives who dare to think for themselves. Do you guys remember Gawkers? Yeah, me neither. Or Gawker? Yeah, me neither. So here's the thing. Candace is raising money for this. And if you've thought about maybe donating to that, here's what I want you to do instead. Donate to me. I'm not going to fight any legal battles. I'm going to use it to buy video games and toys. And I might even get a premium porn movie for myself. So instead of donating to her, you can donate to me, and you can do it right here anytime you like. So
what a deal.
Yeah, this is my Fuck Candace fundraiser.
Wow.
Fuck that bitch. Okay, look, if there's actually people libeling folks, fine, go after them. But this just comes off so much more like her what was the name of that site she had? Somebody help me.
I forget. I remember.
It was Social Autopsy. That's what it was.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's the same basic thing, except she's going after different people, and she's going to do it with legal means instead. Now, if it's genuine libel, yes, you have legal recourse there. But if it's just you being a cunt, Candace, fuck you. Give your money to me instead of that bitch.
She is an opportunist and a businesswoman, and she knows what the fuck she's doing. So
thank you, Cryptic. What has 2 rings and a halo? 2. Oh God, I'm already speaking in Cryptic. What has 2 wings and a halo? An Asian phone call. Wing wing. Hello. And Terry Diamandis, sounds like a good cause to me. Thank you so much, guys. Backscan says, not spending any of that money on Lady Monkey? Really? You really don't know how pussy whipped I am, do you?
Also, any money he spends on himself is money that Lady Monkey isn't spending on him. So
let me tell you, if I'm buying premium porn, she's gonna be next to me. Let's see. That's all I have tonight, guys. I don't know if you guys had anything else to talk about.
No, but I did get a couple more things to make videos about. So tonight was pretty good.
There you go.
For the record, guys, if you did not watch last night's 50th episode of me and Satsu playing 7 Days to Die, I highly recommend watching the first 10 minutes. It is so funny. They clued me in
on it. It's amazing. I mean, in sort of a tragic, crying clown way, but yeah, it's
okay. Well, let me. I'm gonna preface this the same way that I did when I was talking to Monkey and Scribe. You guys remember how I told you that I'm very outwardly positive, but internally there is a hell swarming inside of me that is uncontrollable. This is the source. Like this is a literal physical representation of my life as a whole. So just if you want to see why I'm constantly battling demons, go watch that video.
I'm just happy because bad luck in this game so far has all been on me, except for like our last 3 episodes when it landed on Satsu, and it has landed on him hard,
dude. Yeah. Like, and that's what, that's how it happens too. Like, and that's what I said. Like, I don't have like a consistent, like straight up everything is always bad. Like, my life is generally meh for the most part, and then like all that accumulated time.
Time out. He said meh, not meth. Because
my life is meth.
My life is meth.
But then, just out of nowhere, there's a series of just catastrophic events. And like I said, when I was talking to Scribe, I said I got so instantly angry, like I got so instantly pissed off that I reverted back to neutrality. Like it was just like I don't know. My anger boiled over, and I was emotionless.
I feel like you were in shock.
Yeah, that might be it too.
I just couldn't, because my brain could not mathematically explain what took place in front of me. I was just like, I can't even fathom. How did this even happen?
It was amazing.
Real quick, caffeination. This is called Israel Wins because Israel won on Eurovision.
Eurovision. You know, that thing that we don't care about here in the States.
Yeah, I saw things that 200 million people watch that shit.
Yeah.
Why?
200 million non-Americans. Well, because it's like the European version of, I guess, like the MTV Awards or whatever.
It's still, anyway, yeah.
I don't know. I don't claim to understand it. It's a European thing.
The Jews finally won one, guys, and it was a song contest.
My feelings were so hurt yesterday.
Yeah, I have nothing else. So, chat, we're a little bit early, but it is your time. We're coming to you. Hey, save us. Help me. Help me, chat. You're my only hope. For the record, guys, we announced last night, and going forward, there will be spoilers on our things about Infinity War. So if that comes up, you might want to bail. Because if we're asked about it, we are inclined to discuss it.
So, damn, what was I about to say? Monkey, as far as the streams go, are we sticking? Should we announce what we decided yesterday?
Yes, absolutely.
You're getting married?
Yes, we are.
Yay!
We are. I mean, it's technically a committed relationship because we're going to be streaming a lot throughout the week.
Yay!
But basically what we decided is Friday and Saturday is going to be 7 Days to Die. Sunday is going to be Dying Light because that's when we stream the long stream. So 2-hour streams on Saturday and Sunday, and then probably a 4 to 5 hour stream, depending, on Sunday for Dying Light. Wednesday is going to be our official open server 7 Days to Die day. So, and what time, Monkey, were we doing before or after? Like, did we settle on that?
After, I believe.
After? Okay. After Lords of the Night on Wednesday is going to be our definitive 7 Days to Die open server day. And
first come, first serve, guys.
Yeah, first come, first serve. And believe me, you want to be involved in this shit because the last time we did it, it was fun. It was a good time. And we had a lot of people show up, so it was a good turnout.
And most of those times are like 11:15-ish because it's after the show.
Okay. And the last thing is I don't know if we were officially going to work Divinity in there, but that is undecided. So
yeah. Yeah, so we finally have a schedule for that. We have just been playing 7 Days to Die, but there's so many other. Oh my God, yes, I did see. Sorry, I don't mean to switch topics like that. Spectacular Wanderer in chat said the Jews won and Riley Dennis turned out to be pro anti-Semitism.
Oh right.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Riley has been just bashing on the Jews lately, specifically the Israelis. He's got a boner for the Palestinians. He wants Palestinian lesbians to touch his wiener. I don't know. The dude is just fucking lost his mind. He went on a long ass rant the other day about Thanos.
Okay. Oh, what? I mean, like genocide?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, I need some more context because I saw Undoom made some reference about it, and I was joking about it, but I didn't know exactly what it was that he said.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it exactly.
Yeah, I'm really curious because I don't know about this.
I'm sure it's in my.
Raymond Lewis asked me, do you read light novels for animes? I have started to, yes. I wasn't before, but now that I've been getting them in my loot crates or whatever, I've started to because I have them now. And in the overall, they're usually better, which kind of sucks because I've seen hundreds of fucking shows, and now I'm like, well, how many of the fucking light novels and mangas are better? Do I have to go back and read them all? Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Gee, man.
Why did you have Catbug in some of your earlier videos? Because it was hilarious, and I love Catbug because he's funny and adorable. Mm-hmm. But then people were like, dude, you remember what happened to Bering? Be careful. So I just kind of slowly kind of backed away from that. But Catbug is awesome.
Here is Riley Dennis's official statement on the Jews winning Eurovision. You ready for this?
Okay. I don't know. You tell me.
Israel winning with this cultural appropriation bullshit. Are you kidding me? I watch Eurovision one time and it's trash. Israel's settlements in the West Bank are still illegal. Hashtag Free Palestine. Hashtag Eurovision. Israel pretending that their song is about diversity when it's actually hella racist.
What did they? I don't even know what they performed or what they did.
Oh, me neither. I just know they won.
Okay.
Who watched it? Who here watched Eurovision? Somebody mentioned earlier, said something that made me think it. Anyway, yeah, he just really doesn't like the Jews because of the Palestinians. Because he's convinced that the whole world is too mean to Muslims. I don't know. But yeah, apparently it was some. The song wasn't Jewy enough, I guess. Is Jewy a word?
Okay.
Jewish enough. Whoops. My bad. Do you think Weibo's finally crashed from her caffeine high? Probably not. Me and her were arguing on Twitter a little while ago. She took offense because there's a hashtag that says what is it? It's always a good time for, and I answered Weibo's grandma. Can't wait for Islam to throw Riley off a building. No, Faith, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
we want him to come to his senses, not die. Riley can name the capital of can Riley name the capital of Palestine before 1948? Palestine wasn't a country. Palestine is a region kind of like Midwest. Yeah, like Midwest. Hyperbole. Hyperbole. I can read.
Sure you can.
Jewy, companion of Hanukkah Shlomo. Thank you, Gregory Hurst. Oh my God.
That's Jesus Christ.
Ramen Noodle, is that the song that they sung? It says toy written and produced by Doran Modely and Stav Berger. Thank you, Cryptic. Riley comes. Yeah, never say that again. You know he does. He touches himself to other women. Fuck. Raymond, yeah, Ramen says that's the song. So it's apparently Toy was what they sung. Why is it cultural appropriation? Can somebody help me out with that? I've never heard the song. But death can be funny. That is true. That is absolutely true. So the Jewish contestants should have sang Fiddler on the Roof. Yes. What other songs do the Jews have? It's not like blacks who have all kinds of great songs, or white people who steal all their great songs. Cassie, thank you. Cut Riley slack. She helped save Brooklyn 99. What? What's
Brooklyn 99 got saved by I guess it was NBC that took over the contract for it or something. So.
Oh, okay. TV show. Gotcha. Data Wasteland says, Banana Man, Gimp Chimp, see you on the game stream tonight. Cool. Look forward. Don't. There's something I told you to remind me of. Please remember it because I've already forgot. For those of you who don't watch the stream, Data keeps me and Satsu in check because we forget shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And Data keeps us from going too far off the path.
One thing I forgot to mention, though, is despite the collapse of my base, that actually turned out being a much better thing because I wasn't totally happy with the overall design. Because I was complaining about it before, how I think I had messed up on the measurements a little bit, and it was just kind of getting weird as I was building it. So as an end result, my build's going to end up better than it was before. So there's that. Silver lining.
Jack says death disproportionately affects old people. Ageism. Yes. And I'm getting old, so that shit needs to stop. Oh, they're talking to each other. I need questions, y'all. I need something to talk about. Give me a topic, because I have a topic, but I'm not sure I really want to broach it right now. All right, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. If you guys don't want Infinity War spoilers, leave for 5 minutes.
Oh.
I'm giving you. I'm gonna give you 1 minute to get the hell away, and then you can come back.
Yeah, give time for the lag.
Are we actually setting a 5-minute timer on this? Because I find it hard to believe that you're going to be able to contain it.
This should be a short one, actually. So I there's something I forgot about the movie. I need you guys to remind me of.
Okay.
And then we'll discuss. So yeah, a couple more, like 30 more seconds, guys. Leave for 5 minutes, come back in 15. Just leave for 5. You know what you guys should do? If you don't want an Infinity spoiler, go watch 2 Cents Plus and see what happened to Satsu last night.
Oh my God. Yeah. Take the time to go observe my misery and instead of listening to spoilers for a movie that you're going to go see. And
then you can come back and talk about it. So this is your last call, guys. Hop out for a few minutes if you do not want any spoilers from Infinity War, because we're going to talk about kind of a major one here.
Okay.
Hey, as I am a Jew, I did research, and did you know 20% of the artists and stuff were of Jewish descent? Well, I know Hollywood's run by you guys.
Oh, Jesus.
What? That's what the white people told me.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, okay, guys. So this is it. We are going to talk about spoilers real fast. Okay, guys. At the end of Infinity War,
yes,
Thor has his new hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Axe, actually.
Yeah.
I was getting there. And he drives it into Thanos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What happens to the axe?
Well, he throws Thor away, and I think the axe got taken out of his chest, obviously, because he didn't have it impaled in him when he threw Thor away.
Okay. So we don't see the axe get destroyed or anything, right?
No. Thor's got that sucker. That thing's not being broken as quickly as they made it, in the sense.
Okay. No. The handle to that axe,
yes,
came from Groot.
Yes,
it's actually part of Groot.
Oh, I think I see where you're getting at.
It's a detached part of Groot. Yes.
Shouldn't that have disappeared when Groot died?
It was no longer a living portion of his body, so no.
But if theoretically speaking, they were erased from existence, Technically.
They weren't erased from existence. They just died. It's not like they never existed. It's just that their living bodies were destroyed.
But okay, using that, can't Groot come back from technically any part of his body?
Maybe. I guess we'll find out. So there'll be two Groots. Two Groots.
Or, well, he could come back as Thor's fucking axe.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know, Monkey. This is comic book logic. I couldn't tell you.
I was watching something today that yeah, KS, I understand it's no longer part of Groot, but Groot can come back from any part of him that has been around.
I think.
Well, see, here's the thing: is that there was a theory I saw that the Groot we saw in the movie wasn't actually Groot. Like, it was a new Groot. It was like son of Groot. Like, every time that Groot regrows, it's a different individual. So if it does, it won't be Groot. It'll be a sort of clone of Groot. That's what I've heard about how Groot operates in this universe. I don't know if that's true. I think maybe the director said that. I forget.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Real quick, yes, Cass, I understand they're not all dead. I'm just thinking about in this universe that we're in right now, before everybody comes back magically. Groot could come back Groot the Third, however you want to say it, could come back from that axe.
So
Groot the Third.
If theoretically speaking, if Tony Stark wanted to keep a piece of Spider-Man before he disappeared, he could have chopped his arm off and kept it.
Yes.
Bring it back to Aunt May, like,
here's what we got left.
The rest of them will be back in the next movie.
No, it was just a thought I had when I was watching something about it today. I'm like, I'm not sure how that works. And I was curious of your opinions.
Yeah.
We're at the 3-minute mark, so if you have anything else to say about it, now would be the time, because I told people 5 minutes. Got 2 more. Why you guys are talking about? Oh, gonna play Shadows of Colossus. Have fun.
Oh man, I want to see. I need to get that.
Oh, dude. Okay, yeah. Infinity Wars is over. I'm mad at you, motherfucker.
Who?
You put
Detective You?
I'm mad at Satsu 2 cents. I want to make sure I'm clear here.
Oh, okay, good. I'm safe. Thank goodness.
He linked a trailer to the upcoming Walking Dead video game.
Oh,
dude, that game looks fucking amazing.
Well,
and it doesn't come out to
August. Cutscenes look fucking amazing.
Yes.
That's what I was just about to correct myself.
I haven't seen any gameplay yet, so I don't know if the game looks actually any good.
Yeah, but that shit, it's almost got a Last of Us aesthetic to it.
Yes,
which has got me super pumped. I just
now
my body's ready.
The one that you linked to only has 2 of the stories. Did you watch the other one?
I did watch the other ones. Yeah.
Oh my god, I want to play this fucking game.
Yeah. I need it in my life.
Oh, you know what? That's what my Candace goal is for right now, is to get me money to buy this game when it comes out. So if you don't want to donate to Candace Owens, because she's a whatever you want to call her, I'm going to be polite for the moment. You can donate to the Monkey Needs the Walking Dead game fund. Yeah, that game just looks so good. You got me all into zombies now.
Yeah, I've always been big on zombies, and
I've always hated zombies because they're like the most boring thing ever, but it's fun fighting against them if you're playing the games.
Yes, it is. It's fun killing zombies because I get to unleash the rage on physical bodies that I can't do in real life. So,
if Banana Man
which is
was
why
in
I
the
like
Avengers, would his power be super bad luck?
Yes.
He could be. Go ahead.
I wonder how you could wield that in like a real life application.
Well, I know how you could, because there's a movie called The Cooler, and it's kind of a fantasy kind of thing, but it stars William H. Macy, and he's this guy that's hired by this casino because he is such a bad luck symbol, or like he's like a font of just like bad luck and bad feelings, that he just has to stand near a table where somebody's winning too much and they start losing. So he has like this aura of loss around him. He's a really depressing character, and there's this whole story about him and coming around. It's actually a pretty good movie, but it's called The Cooler. So yeah, if you have a bad luck aura, you can use it in some ways to win in a way.
I was just wondering what would happen if Banana Man and his bad luck team or fought the chick from the new Deadpool movie, the good luck girl. Yeah, Domino.
Cancel it out probably.
That would be just the greatest fight ever. Satsu would just get the shit kicked out of him over and over on accident.
Yep. I wouldn't even have to try.
So if Satsu loses interest in 7 Days to Die, we know he's beating Squishy. What the hell did I miss?
Right.
Well, because you don't have any fake bodies to beat up, so you got to have something to take your rage out on it.
No, I just play a different zombie game.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There's plenty of zombie games out there.
Yeah. Now, the day zombie games stop being made is the day I'm gonna like send Squishy to a shelter so she can get herself together. I'm like, look, this is for your own good. I'm protecting you from me.
All right, guys, we got 20 minutes left. Questions, comments, concerns. You guys know the drill. Monkey, did you rewatch the stream yesterday though? The part, yes, I saw Satsu's base, and he got screwed on that one. That was
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all funny aside, it's like you spent 2 days building that thing, and just for no discernible reason, bluey.
Yeah.
We didn't tell Scribe. This is actually the second collapse he's had.
Yeah.
Really?
That's the second collapse on that base.
Oh, shit.
And the reason that I think it happened is the first time it collapsed, I repaired that shit in minutes. I was just like, oh, shit. But it didn't fully collapse. There was just like the back end had fell off, but I had the materials. I fixed it back up and patched it up in like minutes. It was like, whatever. It's cool. Back to business. And they were like, you motherfucker. How could, oh, okay. All right. I see how it is.
Check Your Logic says, did you hear Oprah's speech at the University of Southern California? I did not.
No, I'm sure it was very inspirational.
Yeah. I did write my own speech for graduates. It's on my Twitter if you'd like to read it.
Oh, I know what it was. It was, and you have a diploma. You have a diploma. It starts handing them out.
Satsu, who's your favorite character or characters? We need a little more specificity there.
I've been messaging like in text form back to her about My Hero Academia because you guys don't know what that is, and I know you'd be interested. So,
what was built by the same people? Oh, sorry. Was it built by the same people as that walking bridge in Florida? Okay, look, Satsu has had such bad luck on this thing. He's building it. He had the partial collapse. He's had 2 hordes run through the place, one of which was all army guys and the dudes in the radiation suits,
which has never happened before, mind you.
I've had it on my games. He's never run into that, but yeah,
never.
I go over there to help him, and there's just fucking soldiers everywhere. For those who don't play, soldiers are a much harder to kill zombie. They do a lot more damage. So yeah, and then he had this roof collapse, which took everything. He's just you should name this base the bad luck base.
Yeah, because very, very few good things have come out of building this place. It's been an experience, but I will complete it. If it's the last fucking thing, this base will be completed. Because I can't.
You have to now.
I have to. Gotta do it.
Here's a great question. Kara asks, if you could marry any fictional characters, who would you marry? I would marry Scrooge McDuck and take half of his fortune.
Okay.
In the divorce.
Who would I marry?
Oh my God, Faith said the same thing.
Wow. Great minds think alike, I guess.
Wow. Holy shit.
I don't know. That's a weird question. I'm not quite sure.
I
don't have an answer right now. I don't know.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, due to my weeb-like nature, the first 5 answers were animator.
Yeah, right.
Well, throw one out there.
I'm trying to think of something more sensible.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something funny to say, but like Monkey kind of beat me to it, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, y'all are some gold diggers, by the way.
And after I got half his money, I would marry the Little Mermaid.
Why the Little Mermaid, dare I ask?
Well, the Little Mermaid came out when I was quite young, and she was the first cartoon to give me a little boner.
See, Stacy's got the right idea. Stacy. Those two were definitely in my top 10. Sorry.
By that logic, I would have said Jessica Rabbit then.
Oh, there you go. Jessica Rabbit's not a bad one.
I did have a huge, I had a huge crush on Jessica when I first saw that movie back then. I was little.
Oh, yeah.
She hot.
Nice.
Or fucking, damn. It literally just left my brain just then.
Is that exciting, huh?
Yeah.
Gregory Hurst said, "Who has a worse record for building bases, Satsu or the Galactic Empire?"
Simply because at least the Galactic Empire fell under someone's attack.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Sorry, Satsu.
Finn Ariel or human Ariel?
Thank you, Hubbard. Yeah, Finn Ariel. Definitely human Ariel. I don't have the fish fetish.
Yeah, not like Troy McClure.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Let's see. Oh, you guys are talking to each other again. Pay attention to me. No, you guys are fine.
God, monkey sensitive.
Would you rather be Jedi or Sith? Yeah, we've answered this. I'm a Jedi. I'm a good guy.
Although one of the rule of two Sith, because the like Sith organization stuff doesn't make any fucking sense.
Call your base kill, right?
Oh,
damn,
dude!
Ouch!
No, there were more people in there.
Oh,
yeah. Well, you think with the Horde too?
No, I meant with the Horde. There were more people in your base.
Oh my god!
Just kidding. If you're here, Matt, I know there were like 50, and we only had like 14. Renting Monkey, most fucked up thing Satsu said to you. Oh man,
ever?
I don't know. He said some fucked up things, but it this is something for the stream. I'm getting serious. I know you're asking a kind of a silly question there, but the stuff we talk about, so often it's just banter between the two of us. It's in one ear and out the other. So I'm sure he said some fucked up things, and I'll be like, oh, and then I immediately forgot. So
the terrible thing about that is 9 times out of 10, when I do say something really fucked up to you, it's met with a well played.
Yes.
And then I forget what it was. So, because I definitely, the last stream we did, I remember distinctively saying something super shitty to you. I was climbing down the ladder and I said something fucked up. And you were like, oh, you bastard. And I completely forgot what that was. I just know it was in the moment. I'm like, this is a perfect time to say something horrible about my friend. So I did.
Analytic Chick says, might be a stupid question, but what's Lords of the Night?
Us.
Well, they ask LOTN.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, okay. I got you.
Lords of the Night is the term that the audience picked for our group. And from that,
we gave them options, and that was the one that was kind of like the most liked of the ones we came up with.
And yeah, so it's the name of the show, and we each have our own Lord moniker. I am Pain, Scribe's Punishment or Penetration if I forget, and Satsu is Pennies.
For whatever reason, it ended up being like this tradition where it's got to be a word that begins with the letter P, just because that's kind of...
You started that.
Well, yeah, because I said Pain for Monkey and then Puppies for SDA because she had gotten Jinx at the time. And it was completely not intentional that, 2 P words. And then it was like, oh, I guess that has to be a P word for every Lord of the Night now. So
I need to talk to Check Your Logic here. Check Your Logic says The Little Mermaid came out in 1989. That's the earliest I could find, at least. You're a grandfather and your kids are getting old. How can this be? I was 14 in 1989. I was born in 1975. My first child was born when I was 17 because I fucked a lot in high school. And if you do the math from there, I was 17. I am 43 now. My oldest child is 25.
Oldest is 25. Jeez.
Yeah.
Monkeys, it was a young father and a young grandfather.
Mm-hmm. Young husband, young. Yeah, I did everything young, yo.
Everything.
Monkey, why do you only do one video a month now? Oh God.
Oh boy.
Okay, this is sad. It hurts me to sit up, and in order for me to have my mic close to me where you can hear me recording, I have to sit right next to my mic, and sometimes I
we
just
need to
can't
get you one
do
of
that.
those reclining desk outfit deals.
That, or I need a much longer boom arm.
Well, that's a lot easier to obtain than getting one of those deals. I mean, I don't know. Fundraiser time. You want to talk about a fundraiser instead of Canon's Owen? Get Monkey a longer boom arm.
Yeah.
FYI, guys, I'm actually looking at an L desk, like a computer desk or whatever, and I just ordered one of those booms or whatever off Amazon because I'm looking to kind of get my workstation together because I have been clusterfucking it for like 2 years, and I'm trying to get something decent going. So maybe within the next 4 months or so, I have something going.
Thank you, Alpha. Alpha says he misses my videos. I miss making them. I do, and I will get back to him. I promise you. Check Your Logic says 75. Knowing your grandfather, I thought you were born in the late 50s or early 60s. And no, actually, my dad was born in 1950. Yeah, I'm not that old. How's Grand Monkey? She is adorable as always. Scribe, what games did you play today?
Well, as I am want to do most of the time when I'm playing a game in particular, I just kind of play it to death to the exclusion of most anything else. And right now I'm just running through Fallout 4 like a madman. So that's what I've been playing. Before that, I think it was, well, Grim Dawn was the last one I paid a lot of attention to. And that was kind of an addiction for a while.
40-year-olds can be grandparents, 30-year-olds if you're from Appalachia. That's fucked up. Mash wants to know if you would consider her a Jedi or a Sith, Scribe.
Mash? If you want a bit of like nerd stuff here, then she'd probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of the Dark Woman, which is a Jedi of a special Jedi in the lore. So look her up, and that's I guess that'd be the closest thing I could imagine to Mash being.
Oh yeah, they announced. I think we talked about. They announced the new Monster Hunter for Switch. That's the only game I've been interested in, like other than Breath of the Wild, which I want to play, but not bad enough to buy a Switch.
This is kind of related to what was said in chat here. How old were you guys when you had your first real kiss, your first tongue kiss?
Oh. First tongue kiss? It was very innocent kind of thing. I think in like second grade or something, but that was just because we were kids and just being silly. It wasn't like a passionate sexual thing. It was just one of those things that kids do.
Yeah, I was young. I was like either in the 4th or 5th grade, I believe.
I think I was in 7th grade, actually. It's also the first time I touched vag, guys.
Wow.
My mom's my mom had a friend, and they went out of town, and her daughter couldn't go for some reason, and her daughter was a hoe. And she stayed with us, which was nice.
Yeah, I've probably had way more sexual encounters than I should have at a young age, but it should just happen, man. I don't know, it just fucking happened.
It fucking happened.
Just fucking happened. I actually had to escape from this chick's house one time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dad came home?
Yeah, and I literally, like, I jumped out the window, but I did not think to examine how far that drop was. I almost broke my leg, which was it's pretty bad, and I limped all the way home, like 7 blocks.
Jesus.
Yeah. Wow. And my mom was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm cool." She's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Nothing."
I'm just a little limp right now. That's okay.
Well played.
More ways than you know, but but yeah, it was a stupid call on my end because I'm just like, broad daylight. Why am I in this chick's house?
Broad daylight.
Check Your Logic says, while you were having sex when you were 17, I still didn't even have my first kiss when I was 17. Thanks for noticing my conversation, by the way. Funny and not that odd. No, it's not odd. I was very advanced. My mom died when I was 14, and when that happens, there's three things that happen to you. You either turn to drugs, you turn to sex, or you actually make something of your life. And I went the sex route.
Yay!
I enjoyed it.
I would love to go to VidCon. I really want to go. Am I planning on going? Is a different scenario. I don't plan to do things that I know I can't afford, so we'll see.
I won't be able to go this year. They've got to get my pain under control because Scribe can't carry me.
Well, and I mean, I'm more than happy to push monkeying around in a wheelchair, but you know.
I'll push monkey around on the wheelchair.
Guys, I'm afraid I might be alone forever. Oh no. How old are you, Czech? Where were you when Disco died? I was probably playing in a sandbox.
Not alive.
I don't think I was. Yeah, I don't think I was quite born. And Disco kind of died. What, like 70, 79
ish?
80?
Yeah, I still remember. I guess Solid Gold 79.
Yeah, I guess I was just born because American Bandstand was still on the air, and Soul Train I think was still going. So I think maybe just by a hair was I alive when Disco died.
Oh, thank you, Alpha. Yes, 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes left. I like when the audience helps me do my job, and I'm not being facetious there. I have a horrible memory.
It's the final countdown.
Oh, wait. Kelly says, my wife and I are celebrating our 28th anniversary. Can you sing Happy Anniversary?
28. What is it with people having 28th anniversaries this year? Because Original Shroom, their 28th anniversary. So
yeah, mine is 25 this year in August, but 28. Wow. Man, that's awesome. I don't know a happy anniversary song. What's a happy anniversary
song? Do you know what today is? It's our anniversary.
You don't have alimony. It should be.
Happy anniversary.
You get a tax break because it's your anniversary.
Yeah, so
is there a happy anniversary song? Because I don't know it.
If I knew one, I'd sing it for you, but that is really cool for you and your wife.
Congratulations.
Replace the word birthday with anniversary. Nah, that's too much work.
All right.
Happy anniversary.
We'll have to come up with an anniversary song. Okay, that's now the challenge. And it doesn't sound like the happy birthday song. We'll have to come up with something that is specifically an anniversary song for the stream.
Yeah, so how about that? Instead of singing you a happy anniversary song, we will compose one in your honor.
Yes, and we will use that as our standard, or try to, whenever there's an anniversary. Of course, we are then opening ourselves up to double the singing opportunities on here.
Indeed.
You know what? We haven't been seeing a lot of we get anniversaries every now and then, but I got a feeling if we say that we're going to do this, all of a sudden everybody's anniversary.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it's my anniversary too.
Yeah, my cat's anniversary is today.
My cat's anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay. Check Your Logic says that they're 90s baby, so we're talking what, 30 at most? Is my math right there? 90, 2000.
Yeah, well, you could be. You could be a 30s at this point. If you're like early 90s. Yes.
Hey guys, real quick. I have a question for you guys since we don't often ask each other questions during question time. Have you guys ever sat and looked at the number of the people that are in chat? And we see ourselves sitting in front of our computers doing our thing. But have you ever thought or tried to visualize that many people sitting in front of their computers, watching our stream before?
Well, I just think of myself whenever I watch a stream and just multiply that by however many people are in the chat and just imagine, they're probably by themselves watching it, so just like me, and probably playing video games as we're talking.
I know, but it's insane to me to think about because I start flashing through my head. It's all these different houses and different situations, people sitting on their beds or sitting at a computer table or watching it on their TVs, and I'm just this many people
Oh, I'm still to spare a vocabulary word. I'm still flabbergasted that I've got 4 times as many people subscribed to my channel as were in my high school at the time I graduated. I can't quite fathom that many, because I went to assemblies and all these kids all over the place, and then I'm thinking, multiply that by about 4, and that's how many people decided they wanted to follow my stuff. It's still crazy to me.
I hate to tell you this, but everybody in chat is a bot.
Oh,
They're Russian bots.
okay. Thanks, Monkey.
Real quick, they've corrected my math. 90 babies are in their 20s, apparently. That's fine. I didn't do the math very well. If you're born in 90, in 2000, you were 10. Oh, yeah, getting close to 30. You could be getting close to 30. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, because I was born in like 1990. That's when I was born. So.
And yeah, I have thought about that. The people sitting at home, and I imagine that the women are not wearing pants and enjoying my voice more than they should. And on that note, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for hanging out with us every night. I know I say this all the time, but I mean it. You guys are the best audience on YouTube, and I can't thank you enough for tuning into us every night. Don't forget, right after the show, probably about 11:15 over on 2 Cents Plus, me and Satsu will be playing 7 Days to Die. Scribe, Satsu, a pleasure as always. Everyone, your life makes me sad. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bleh. Bleh.
Are we waiting for something?
Shh! Shut up. Quiet.
We're kind of like a Marvel movie now.
Yeah. You think they're gonna sit through the credits?
I think they are. They're still sitting through the credits.
Cool.
Coming soon, Moon Knight.
Moonbase.
Moon Knight's Moonbase.
Moon pie.
Jesus Christ.
I meant to bring this up, but Irate Bear sent me a trailer for a movie called Donkey Punch.
Oh,
Did-
yes.
And I was actually surprised. It looks like a good movie.
Your taste is awful.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, the plot of this movie is that these guys decide they're going to donkey punch a woman. And so they meet these touristy bitches and take them onto a yacht and out into the sea. And one of them has sex with a woman and donkey punches her. And she dies. And I'm not kidding.
It sounds like very bad. You ever see very
True
bad
story.
things?
So,
True story.
and then they have to get away from each other on this boat. So yeah, donkey punch.
Do they cover up the murder?
Yeah, they throw her into the ocean.
Watch Very Bad Things with Christian Slater from years and years ago. I think they just stole that plot line. But what do I know? I'm just a movie nerd.
Did he donkey punch her?
Well, they impaled her onto a coat hook.
Yeah, that's not a donkey punch. That's not how you do a donkey punch, Scribe.
I've been doing it wrong.
You have been.
By the way, the secret word is teabagging.
Oh no!
With that, I think we're done.
But are we?
Let's see. All right. On that, I am going to end the stream. Night, guys.